There's no place like home. What does it actually mean? Does it just mean the place where you were born, or the place where you live now? When I was younger, my parents were always thinking about moving away. France, Spain, Australia. It was a dream that never happened, but why? I wondered why they wanted to leave so badly, but more importantly, what it was that stopped them. It sounded so exciting and surreal at the time to move away, somewhere hot and beautiful. But now, as time passes us by and we grow into our own skins, we become more interested in our roots and our identities. This is me. I'm 24 years old and I've lived in England my whole life. I've travelled all over the world, been to some beautiful places and met amazing people. And yet I realise now that I know these places more than I know my own home, my own country. Who is my country? My uncle tells me my country is winning the World Cup in 1966.
Oh, the free kick. In goes it's an equaliser. Okay, that was a brilliant piece of football there by Bobby Moore.
Mrs. Roberts, the elderly woman from next door, tells me my country is watching Andy Pandy on those cold winter mornings before school.
Hello, Andy Pandy. Oh, look, children. He's waving with his feet. That's because he's holding on so tightly with his hands.
Papers tell me my country is football hooligans, teenage mothers, benefit claimers, binge drinkers.
And as drinkers spill out of the pubs into the street, it's easy to see why. By the early hours, the first signs of overindulgence are there.
But is it enough? What do the real people of England think? Who are they? Should we just accept the label that our country has been branded with? Should we just accept a demoralised identity? I'm not prepared to. Are you?
Train to scamming.
I've decided to visit 4 key cities around England in search of answers to my question: who is England outside of its bad media reputation? Let's get back to the simple things in life. Let's take it back to what is real about England.
Just arrived in Bristol. First impressions, really good. Sun's out, seems to be good atmosphere, there's loads going on. Don't know, I think it generally feels like a good place to be, and I'm excited about the day. What about you, Ivan? Are you excited?
I'm hungry, you know.
We just had lunch. Well, anyway, now we're going to go and have a look. We're going to go to tourist information and try and find out where we can find the Banksy stuff and find some people to interview as well. Let's go.
Banksy is the most famous or infamous modern English artist alive. To some, he is a genius. To others, he is nothing more than a vandal. His trademark stencil-style guerrilla art can be seen in public spaces, on walls in London, Brighton and Bristol, his hometown. Always controversial, he inspires admiration and provokes outrage in equal measure. Yet his real identity is still unknown.
I'm Chris.
Hi Chris, nice to meet you. And how long have you lived in Bristol?
I've lived in Bristol about 30 years.
30 years, wow. We're actually here to see Banksy's artwork.
Yes.
What's your opinion about Banksy?
I love his work. It's really witty. You know, it takes graffiti to a whole new level. And there's a terrific amount of wit in his art. We had the exhibition last year of Banksy's work, and the response was absolutely amazing, because every day it was on, you know, for weeks on end. There were queues of hundreds of people trying to get in to see it. I mean, it was absolutely overwhelming, because nobody knows who he is exactly. That's the real mystery.
That image that we just saw over there, what's your feeling about that? What do you think Banksy's trying to say?
Well, I don't know. he's saying, as you say, don't cheat on your wife. But he's injecting humour into it. He's making, I suppose, a statement about cheating. But if you look at any of Banks's images, there are so many little visual gags in his pictures. You can read them in so many different ways at so many different levels. At one, it's just a sort of cartoon, but he does say so much more in it, which is absolutely typical of Banks's work.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a feeling that he's generally loved here by Bristolians. I think they're quite proud of him.
Yes, whenever, you can't help but laugh at his work because he's so clever in what he says. He's very satirical, very clever political statements in his work.
Yeah, I actually enjoy it. I think it's a very original thing to do it, very mysterious.
Keep your seat. Right to drive, non-stop. Scabby.
The Clifton Suspension Bridge. Tell us a bit about that.
There's not much to say. It's an architectural wonder.
Iban, what are your thoughts about Bristol?
Yeah.
You've
There's
driven
a
over it.
50p charge
Is there?
to cross the bridge. 50 whole pence.
How's the beer?
Yeah, the Bristol's beer is fantastic.
3 things I love about England.
Also,
Bristol cigarettes.
yeah, try in Bristol.
But I do love cider, especially down here in the West Country. We love a bit of cider down here.
Yeah, Bristol is cool,
What do I think of Bristol?
The gorillas are an art installation in Bristol at the moment. I think there are 83 gorillas, and if you want to run around and see all the gorillas, I think it takes you about 6 hours on foot.
Maybe you're thinking, well, I'll probably spend 3 years in Bristol and then I'll move on. And here I am 30 years later, still here.
Well, you look very settled anyway.
Oh, thank you.
Next to the...
Yeah, it's a nice place, Bristol. It's actually, whatever it is you want, we've got it in Bristol.
Well, we're looking forward to the rest of the day then.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Right.